Welcome everyone to iDB. You have tons of options for controlling your lights inside. There are smart outlets, smart bulbs, ton of them. But what about outside? Well, the iDevices outdoor switch is just that. It is a smart outlet that works outdoors and supports Apple's HomeKit. Not only Apple HomeKit though, it also supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Just like the talking points say on the back, it is easy to set up. You can use Siri and HomeKit control it. It is on Wi-Fi and requires no hub, has 2 outlets, a rugged design, and you can access it from anywhere. The goal here is simple. Any outdoor lighting you have, you can easily program with this. And you don't need some weird switches that are hard to control that you have to go outside to manually change and program. You can easily do it from inside, from your phone, schedule it, use Siri, and even use triggers based on whether people are home or not. Let's take a look at the hardware and then I'll show you some of the automations that I have in place for my unit. What's really useful is it has 2 outlets on the bottom of this. It means you can connect 2 separate strings of lights without having to buy 2 separate units. On the back of the product, you'll see the HomeKit code, which you use to pair with your home app, and you also have a mount here near the top. The mount is really handy because if you're doing more permanent installation for something that's not just, seasonal, then it's really easy just to permanently mount it up against the wall and keep it from falling into the mud. Aside from having to use your phone, there's also a manual switch on the side. For what it's worth, it does control both outlets at once, so you can't control one or the other. It's just everything or nothing. As you can see, it has a really rugged design because this is meant to be rainproof. This is meant to be outside. It needs to hold up to all those different weather conditions, and you can see how tightly sealed and weather resistant this is. Now, there are a lot of different HomeKit products out there, and many of them require a hub, and they'll often connect over Bluetooth. This instead connects over Wi-Fi and requires no hub, which means you don't have to get anything extra for it, and it's going to be a lot easier to access when it's outside. If this was Bluetooth, it'd have a hard time reaching from inside the house. Once you've scanned the HomeKit code and added it into HomeKit, you can control it from the Home app. Here you can see mine on the patio. This first one here, this is called the patio light, and this is actually my iDevices wall switch. So this is a wall switch inside that'll turn on a bulb that is outside on my patio. So that's not what we're looking at today, but it's important to keep in mind when we get into the automation side of things. Then I have these string lights. So I have a whole couple sets of string lights wrapped around my patio, and those are controlled here with the iDevices outdoor outlet. So obviously here in the Home app, I can turn those lights on and I can turn those lights off. Of course, I can also ask Siri to do the same thing. But what gets really more impressive is when it comes to automation. You can see I already have a ton of automation already set up for my home. But down here on the bottom, we have a few sets of rules that pertain specifically to the patio and my iDevices outlet and my iDevices wall switch. Basically what I want to do is whenever I turn on the bulb using the wall switch, I want my lights to turn on. So here you can see when I hit the switch and the patio light turns off, the patio string lights also turn off. And it happens in reverse as well. The other rule is when I hit the switch and the patio lights turn on, also turn on my iDevices switch with the string lights. So basically I'm turning a wall switch into a control for a wireless outlet that is somewhere else. You're not limited just to that though. For instance, we have many other automation types, including for when people arrive, for when people leave, for a time of day, when an accessory is controlled like a button is pressed, or a sensor detects something. Here you can kind of see that automation that I set up in action. I turn off the patio light and just a second later, my patio string lights also turn off. Turn on the patio light and the patio string lights also turn on. Now it is no secret that the holiday season is pretty much upon us, which means many people are going to be out there putting up holiday lights, whether Christmas lights or something else. And this is a great way to automate those. For instance, you could have your outdoor Christmas lights turn on every day at 4:30 and turn off at midnight. Or maybe you want them every day or every day during the week to come on at 4:30, turn off at midnight, but on the weekends, you want them to stay on a little bit later and go off at like 1:30 instead. All that is entirely possible. If you have more traditional lighting around a patio, you could do something like this. I have my Eve wireless contact sensor on my door, so whenever my door opens, my patio lights turn on, but it only works if it's after, say, 5 o'clock and when it's dark. Or even you can do it when it's sundown. You have so many options here to automate these lights, I can't even go through them all in this video. Perhaps you have your lights turn on when you get home and they automatically turn off when you leave. These are all fantastic applications, but my favorite has to be Christmas lights. I actually did a large lighting setup this year and I used 6 of these iDevices switches on that property, setting it up so all the lights turn on and off at the same time, and it was really easy to control them. And with that many lights, the energy reporting of the iDevices outdoor switch was also powerful, because you could see how much electricity was costing you to run all of those lights. Outdoor lighting is always such a nice touch, whether it's all year round or something special during the holidays. But what often ruins the effect is having to trudge out there to try to turn them off, or trying to program some crappy little switches that often break. Bringing all of that together into a voice control HomeKit ecosystem that you can see how much energy it uses is a really great idea, and I absolutely love it. If you want to pick one of these up for yourself, you can find the link below in the description, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Go and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and until next time, it's Andrew for iDB.